Takuro, Takura Vaishnava Pada, Avanira Susampada. Sunabai, Ayai Kamana. Ashaya Raya Vaje, Hare Krishna Naitya Arasava Mare Akarana. Arasava Mare Akarana. Vaishnava Charanaja Prema Bhakti Giteva. Arake Onae Balavanta. Vaishnava Charana Vino, Masake Bhushana Vino. Haranai Bhusanyaranta. Haranai Bhusanyaranta. Tirtha Jata Vitra Gune, Rikiyate Purane. Chaitava Bhaktira Pravanchana. Jate Ayavanchita Purana Jate Ayavanchita Purana Vaishnava Sangatema Anandita Anushan Saraya Krishna Parasanga Vinamarottama Kandeya Dayanai Vandaya Morada Sakina Vairabanga Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur. Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur. 338. English. Pasyanti sudam anupama rupam kadipamitarasam nirupamagopam. Pasyanti sudam anupama rupam Pasyanti sudam anupama rupam kadipamitarasam Krishna Raga Gita Manasita Krishna Raga Gita Manasita Krishna Raga Gita Manasita Krishna Raga Gita Manasita Viram Pati Gita Utam Pada Viram Pata Anupama
Jaya Sachinandana Jai Govali Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Govali Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Govali Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Govali Krishna Priya Pranadhana Natya Diha Srimad Pranadhana Natya Diha Vishnu Mata Vishnu Mata Jai Sri Radha Vinod Bihari Ki Jai Sri Lalita Visakhadevi Ki Jai Sri Satchidananda Bhagavani Ki Jai Prem se Guru Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Three, four, eight. Hare Hare Govinda Hare Hare Govinda Hare Hare Govinda Hare 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 Govinda Kaliyamadana Kansani Sudana Kaliyamadana Kansani Sudana Kaliyamadana Kansani Sudana Kaliyamadana Kansani Sudana Devaki Nandana Rama Devaki Nandana Hare Hare Govinda Hare Hare Govinda Hare Hare Govinda Matsya Kacha Pavara Sukarana Matsya Kacha Pavara Vamana Triko Sutta Kansa Kudare Vamana Triko Sutta Kudare Shivada Deva Buddha Kalki Narayana Shivada Deva Buddha Kalki Narayana Kesavamanto Yadava Yadupade Kesavamanto Yadava Yadupade Vaidadalana Dukha Bandhana Sore Bandhana Sore Golom Kendo Gokula Chanda Radha Golom Kendo Gokula Chanda Radha Gauta Tatsa Gatsa Mutana Mula Hare Hare Govinda Hare Hare Govinda Sipurusottama Paramesarabhavo Sipurusottama Paramesarabhavo Parama Brahma Paramesti Akare Tokite Dayangu Deva Deva Kisutam Dukite Dayangu Deva Deva Kisutam Deva Deva Kisutam Puramati Parama Ananda Parihari Parama Ananda Parihari Hare Hare Govinda Hare Hare Govinda Hare Hare Govinda Kariyamadana Kamshani Sudana Kamshani Sudana Devaki Nandana Rama Hare Hare Govinda Hare Hare Govinda Hare Anupama
364.
372. Hari se boro, Hari se boro, Hari kana. Hari se boro, Prabhu se boro, Prabhu kana. Se boro, Prabhu kana. अंत में निकला चे परिणाम अंत में निकला चे परिणाम हरि से बड़ो हरि खाना हरि से बड़ो हरि खाना प्रभु से बड़ो प्रभु खाना प्रभु से बड़ो प्रभु खाना सुमिरो नाम उपाबिना देखे कौरी लगे नारा चेरा चेरा देखे कौरी लगे नारा तेरा तेरे नमक बाद खिंचाएंगे नमक बाद नमक मानते खिंचाएंगे नमक बाद आखिर एक दिन नशा हरि से बड़ो हरि काना हरि से बड़ो प्रभु से बड़ो प्रभु काना प्रभु से बड़ो द्रौपदी ने जब नाम पुकारा छत गाए घनश्याम सेवा सेवा Sarika itsato arato sasana Sarika itsato arato sasana Sani bhata isa Sani bhata isa Hari se bala Prabhu se baro Prabhu kana Prabhu se baro kana Chararupata gaccharatsa bukaro Ai ate nam chirate ate Ai ate Namiko cento rajiye Namiko cento rajiye Namiko cento rajiye Nana bo bhagana Hari se baro hari kana Prabhu se baro Prabhu kana जिस सागा को रंग का सके नाम मीना पुला के हाँ श्री राधे राधे खुद का ये हमनो माना उसी को खुद का ये हमनो माना उसी को लेके घर का नाम हरि से बड़ो हरि का प्रभु से बड़ो प्रभु का नाम प्रभु का बुद्धवारे दो बचाएंगे जिनमें नहीं है नाम श्री राधे राधे जिनमें नहीं है नाम वो पता भी तेरे चमका वो पता भी तेरे चमका लिंकरा मकाना हरि से बड़ो हरि का प्रभु से बड़ो प्रभु का अंत में निकला परिणाम हरि से बड़ो हरि का हरि से प्रभु से बड़ो प्रभु का Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Radhe Radhe. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Radhe Radhe. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Radhe Radhe. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Haribo, 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 Nitaye Gopiyamanande, Jai Shri Guru Nitai Gopiyamanande, Sri Radha Vinodpyari Radha Manandari Radha Samsung, Jai Charina Srimad Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Sri Narayana Saiman Sri Gurudev Ki Jai, Sri Gurudev Bhasada Bind Ki Jai, Sri Gauriya Vaishnava Acharya Varga Ki Jai, Sri Pananga Varga Ki Jai, Sri Sarvasana Prabhu Ki Jai. Prem se Goho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Bind Ki Jai, Sri Navadvip Maya Pradhan Kide, Sisi Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinan, Tvadistamana Si Patsaman, The Kide, Syamakunda Radha Kunda Monogamma Tutsi Bhakti Devi Kide, Si Harinam Sankirtan Kide, Kantarat Srimad Bhagavatam Kide, Prihat Midanga Kide, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vinda Kide, Si Gaura Premanande. Om Agyanatimirannasya Kanandana Salakayam Chaksur Unmilitangina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Gurave Gurachandaya Ratikaya Tadari Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktayo Namo Namah. Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Goratishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastutim Tapta Kantana Gorange Radhe Pindavaneshvari Brishabhanu Sutte Devi Pranamami Haripayem. Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Lakshay Ksiptasya Kamadi Tarangamate Kipamaitang Saranang Papana Prinde Namaste Charanaravindam Yang Prapachantamano Petana Peta Katyang Tvaipayano Viharakatara Atsuhava Putteti Tanmayataya Tarabo Vinedus Tang Savabhuta Ritayang Munimanatosmi Vancha Kalpatarubhyasta Kipasan Hupya Ivatam Patitanam Pavanepyo Vaishnavepyo Namo Namaham. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 17, Shloka number 20, continued. B. Apratakyat Aniyadeshyat Apratakyat Aniyadeshyat Apratakyat Aniyadeshyat Iti Kesu Nishchaya Iti Kesvapi Nishchaya Iti Kesvapi Nishchaya Atra Anurupam Ratsarishe Atra Anurupam Ratsase Atra Anurupam Ratsase Vimrisa Sva Manishaya Vimrisa Sva Manishaya Vimrisha Svamanishaya. There are also some thinkers who believe that no one can ascertain the cause of distress by argumentation, nor know it by imagination, nor express it by words. O sage amongst kings, judge for yourself by thinking over all this with your own intelligence. So the story here is that Maharaj Parikshit, he asked Dharma in the form of a bull, who is torturing you? Who is cutting off your leg? Tell me who that person is. Even may it be a demigod, I will immediately kill him. Now Dharma is answering. He said, it's very difficult to say who is the cause of my suffering, because so many different philosophers, they say different things. We have heard this morning how Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has explained different opinions of different philosophies. There are 6 kinds of philosophies, Vedic philosophies. What are these? Sankhya philosophy by Kapila Muni. Then was? Karma Vimamsa philosophy by Jaimini Rishi. Then Kapilo hatten wir schon. Only 2 or 4 we have. First actually is Vaisheshika philosophy by Kanada Muni. Then after that comes the logic Nyaya by Gautam Rishi. Then we have Karma Mimamsa by Jaimini Rishi, and then comes the Yoga philosophy by Patanjali Muni. Then we have the Sankhya philosophy by Kapila Muni, and finally we have Vedanta Darshan by Vyasadeva, Srila Vyasadeva. So these are the 6 great philosophies, Vedic philosophies, and they all have different concept of what is the cause of suffering in this world. Every philosophy deals with that subject. What is the source of my suffering? So, but they have different. So, for example, the yogis, they say suffering and happiness comes only from the mind. So it's really, there is no thing like suffering and happiness, because it is only in the mind. This is their idea. But this is maybe, but this is not the ultimate cause of suffering, because you may say suffering is only in the mind, but we experience like now your leg is hurting. If I tell you, oh, sorry, this is just in your mind, the suffering is just in your mind, will you accept that? I think you will not accept that. This also, suffering in this world is also a reality. So then also the Advaitavadis, they say that the Atma is the source of the happiness and suffering. They're saying yourself and you have caused your karma, and karma is the cause. Others like Jaimini saying karma alone is the cause of everything. Karma is the highest truth. Even if there's a God, he will not go against the law of karma. Means he will also follow that. They're saying like that. And others saying the devatas, the planets, the stars, grahas, they are the source of our suffering. Now I'm in Shani Dasha, Saturn Dasha, and now I have to suffer because Shani Dev, Saturn will give me suffering. This is also philosophy of some. Shani Dev will give me suffering. And others say, actually, it is just nature. By nature, everything happens in this world. There's no higher truth, just material laws. By the law of nature, you got a body inside your family. You got a deformed body by birth. This is just nature. There's no higher cause than that. This is the atheist, materialists. They will have this philosophy. So in this way, Dharma is saying, very difficult to say what is the highest cause of my suffering. You may say the direct cause is Kali, he is beating me, but maybe not. Nowadays he's speaking this shloka which we are hearing now. He's saying, there are also some thinkers who believe that no one can ascertain the cause of distress by argumentation, nor know it by imagination, nor express it by words. O sage amongst kings, judge for yourself by thinking over all this with your own intelligence. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has explained it. Actually, this is the conception of the devotees. Because if you boil it down, what is the cause of your mind? Or what is the cause of your Atma? Or what is the cause of your karma? Ultimately, Supreme Lord, He is behind everything. He is the cause of all causes. Sarva Karanam. But a devotee can also not say, God is His fault that I'm suffering. It is His will that I'm suffering. A devotee cannot say like that because the Supreme Lord is very merciful and sweet, and always He is acting for our benefit. So therefore, although it is true that Krishna is the supreme cause of everything, why the suffering is coming really is very difficult to understand. Krishna is giving that, but why? Some kind of mercy, or He has some kind of purpose for that. Like for example, He had this bull is saying, maybe I'm suffering so that Maharaj Parikshit can punish Kali. Maybe this is arrangement of the Lord, so that this Leela may happen. Maybe. Like Vasudeva and Devaki Maharaj, they were also suffering so much, or the Pandavas. But what? They did not have any karma. It's also not the will of the Lord that they are suffering. You cannot say that Krishna was very happy that the Pandavas are suffering. Or that Krishna is happy that his parents, Devaki and Vasudeva, that they're imprisoned by Kamsa and tortured there. Is Krishna happy about that? Of course he is not happy about that. When he heard that from Akrura, he became very angry. Krishna. How dare this Kamsa to treat my parents like that? So then, but then who is the cause of that suffering? They are eternal associates of the Lord. They don't have any karma. So who's causing their suffering? When Krishna heard about that, he becomes angry. So how can Krishna be the cause of their suffering? So therefore, devotees say, well, this is a very difficult question. Where this is coming from, the suffering? Actually, Srila Prabhupada said, the devotee will think, actually I should suffer much more. but by Krishna's mercy, only very little bit I'm getting. They may think like this, or they think this is Krishna's special mercy, that I can remember him more, that I can pray to him more. In this way they will say, but really how to understand where the suffering is coming from? At least for a devotee, this question cannot be completely answered. So, okay, now we read this morning purport of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Now we read Srila Prabhupada's purport. The Vaishnavas, the devotees of the Lord, do believe, as above explained, that nothing can take place without the sanction of the Supreme Lord. He is the Supreme Director, for he confirms in the Bhagavad Gita that he, as all-pervading Paramatma, stays in everyone's heart and keeps vigilance over all actions and witnesses of our activities. The argument of the atheist that one cannot be punished for one's misdeeds unless proved before a qualified justice is refuted herein, for we accept the perpetual witness and constant companion of the living being. Atheists will say, you can only be punished when you are judged by a court, properly judged. Then you will be punished, otherwise not. But this is for materialistic persons, because Paramatma, he sees everything. So even in this world you may not get punishment, but Paramatma sees what you have done, then you will get punished for that. A living being may even forget all that he might have done in his past or present life. But one must know that in the same tree of the material body, the individual soul and the Supreme Soul as Paramatma are sitting like two birds. One of them, the living being, is enjoying the fruits of the tree, whereas the Supreme Being is there to witness the activities. Therefore, the Paramatma feature, the Supreme Soul, is actually the witness of all activities of the living being, and only by his direction can the living being remember or forget what he might have done in the past. He is therefore both the all-pervading impersonal Brahman and the localized Paramatma in everyone's heart. He is the knower of all past, present and future, and nothing can be concealed from him. The devotees know this truth, and therefore they discharge their duties sincerely without being overly anxious for rewards. No need for any reward in this world, because Krishna is seeing everything what we are doing. So that is enough. We know God, this Bhaktivinoda Thakur is making that point. A religious person, when he does any good thing, he is not eager to get honor and glorification in this world, because whatever he thinks, whatever I'm doing, God sees. Therefore, he will be much more inspired to do any good thing. Otherwise, if there's no belief in God, if I do something good and no one knows about it, that's not very satisfying. At least someone should know what I did. But if God is there, then no problem, because he knows everything. Whatever I do, he will see. This is much better. And also, with sinful activities, if there's no belief in God, if no one sees what I'm doing, then no problem. Just I have to be careful not to be caught by my activity. But if someone believes in God, then he knows whatever I do, God will see. So therefore, I better act properly. So therefore, any religious person will be much more inclined to not do any bad thing and to do good things than a person who is not believing in God. And therefore, also, religion is the basis of all morality. Like that. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains that. So, nothing can be concealed from him. besides that, one cannot estimate the Lord's reactions either by speculation or by scholarship. Why does he put some into difficulty and not others? He is the supreme knower of Vedic knowledge, and thus he is the factual Vedantist. You cannot understand, even devotees, sometimes very good devotees, then they get a very heavy blow by destiny. They have to suffer a lot, although they're very good devotees. Why is Krishna doing like that? And others are saved, even they may not be so exemplary devotees, so to say. You cannot understand why Krishna is doing one thing and why not another thing. Like, for example, when you go out and distribute books. You think, I have chanted very nicely. I did everything right today. I worshipped the deity. I heard class. And I'm trying my best to go out and distribute books. Why can I not distribute anything? Why have to suffer like that? Then one becomes very upset. And then sometimes doing some nonsense, and one thinks, okay, I go out today, no one will take anything because today my chanting was very bad, and things like that. But then suddenly he can distribute many books. So why it is like that? You cannot understand, really. I tried many times. I went out on book distribution. I was thinking, okay, today I will try that. Maybe this works, that I distribute many books. Okay, then I tried that, then it worked. I became very happy. Say, okay, now I know the trick, how to do. The next day I did exactly the same. What happened? I could not distribute anything. Then I was thinking, why is wrong? What is wrong? Maybe I have to try something else. Then I tried something else. And then maybe it worked. But again, next day it did not work. So in the end, you just have to accept. God gives sometimes he doesn't give. Sometimes nice things are coming, sometimes sufferings are coming. Why this is like that? Why Krishna is doing like that? Impossible to understand. We are always asking, why, but why? I just have to pray more. Praying is good. But ultimately Krishna, he is the one who gives the results of our activity. So, okay. Why does he put some into difficulty and not others? He is the supreme knower of the Vedic knowledge, thus he is the factual Vedantist. At the same time, he is the compiler of the Vedanta. No one is independent of him, and everyone is engaged in his service in different ways. In the conditional service state, such services are rendered by the living being under the force of material nature, whereas in the liberated state, the living being is helped by the spiritual nature in the voluntary loving service of the Lord. So we have to understand here that as to that proportion that one surrenders to Krishna, he will still have some karma. No? If fully surrenders, then no karma whatsoever. But if only little bit surrender, and then some of his karma will be still there. But still, little bit surrender, still something Krishna will also be there in his life. Like this devotee who cut his finger, and Srila Prabhupada told him, actually, your arm was to be cut off. By Krishna's mercy, only you cut your finger. So, in that way, we can understand the devotee, as more as he surrenders, the more he will be under Krishna's complete control. Especially if you are something doing only on the instruction and happiness of Guru, then certainly Krishna is in charge there. Like one time there was this one devotee, Harinamananda Prabhu. I have his jacket up there, I showed you. That devotee, he was holding world record in distributing books. He was distributing, how much? 1,000 books in 1 week, but big books. Like Srimad Bhagavatam and Krishna book and books like that. So it means he was every day, he was doing no, wait a minute, that cannot be true. No, actually 5,000 books he did 1 week. 5,000 of these big books. Means he did like every day, he did like 800 to 900 these books, because Sunday we don't go out. So 5,000 through 6 is? No? 6, and sometimes like 80, little more than 800. 800. So he was every day he was doing like between 800 and 900 books, big books, Srimad Bhagavatam, like that. And where was he doing that? No, in some villages in Switzerland, up in the mountains, where every 5 minutes maybe one person is walking by. So he was standing there with his car in front of the post office. And whenever someone would come in front of the bank, then he would go with a whole stack of books. And he would give everyone like whole set of books, like 10, 12 books, something like that. Sometimes Bhagavatam, whole Bhagavatam set, like that. So how that is possible, you cannot understand. This is by human endeavor or ingenuity, this is not possible. Somehow he had the blessings of his guru and all Vaishnavas, and he was just going out and people were just buying all these books from him. Then he could do like that. So this is, Krishna is completely independent. And sometimes he may give, and he can empower anyone. He is not like known as a very high class devotee. What he is doing now, I don't know. But at that time, he was very surrendered and he was very sincere. And somehow Krishna empowered him to do this wonderful service, which is amazing, like that. Normal day, I was with him, one time I was with him in Stuttgart. And I carried his books, And he was like, in like half an hour only, he did like maybe 30 or 40 books he distributed in half an hour. Not always so much, but sometimes he could, so many books in such a short time he could give out. Then after he distributed this, he went back to the car. Then he told the others, today Krishna was merciful with him. Then he pointed to me. So I was surprised why he is saying Krishna is merciful with me. Because he distributed the books. Or maybe he said he was merciful to the people. But he was thinking, oh, Krishna today let him distribute a lot of books so that to give this young bhakta some faith. How you can distribute books. He was thinking like that. Because I was there with him holding his books. He's thinking Krishna wants to give me some faith. That's why he lets him distribute many books. So he had very good conception, not ego, thinking I have done this. Anyhow, so we cannot understand what the cause of things, especially in Krishna consciousness, why Krishna is doing things and sometimes not doing. We cannot understand, it's impossible. But it's all for our benefit. All are on the path of the absolute truth, more or less. What was? Yeah. They are also under the force of Krishna's energy, material energy. But they are all also following his path. Everyone has to, because we are not independent. Bhishmadev correctly estimated the inconceivable actions of the Lord. We have read this before. Lord Bhishmadev, he is saying, it is impossible to understand the activities of Lord Krishna. Like the whole arrangement of Mahabharata, completely amazing. Even after the whole battle was over, and the Pandavas, all their sons were still alive. I mean, the sons of Draupadi. But then, after the battle of Kurukshetra, then Ashwatthama comes, and he murders the sons of the Pandavas in the middle of the night. So why Krishna did not protect them? How to understand this? This is inconceivable, all these things. The conclusion is therefore that the suffering of the representative of religion, means dharma, and the representative of the earth, the cow, were planned to prove that Maharaj Parikshit was the ideal executive head because he knew well how to give protection to the cows and the brahmanas, the two pillars of spiritual advancement. Srila Prabhupada comes to the conclusion, actually here, in this case, the suffering of Dharma and the cow, the Mother Earth, was so to show Maharaj Parikshit's greatness. That what a proper king is, how to punish Kali. So this is a very nice explanation. Everyone is under the full control of the Lord. He is quite correct in his action when he desires something to be done by someone, irrespective of the consideration of the particular case. Whatever may happen, whatever Krishna does is correct and good. Maharaj Parikshit was thus put to test for his greatness. Now let us see how he solves it by his sagacious mind. I don't know. Intelligent, by his intelligent mind. So, Weisheit, huh? Yeah, by his wisdom. So Dharma only, he gave some hint. And he said there are many philosophies, and then he's testing Maharaj Parikshit. You're very intelligent, you're Raja Rishi, so you decide what is the cause of my suffering. You should find it out. So of course, Maharaj Parikshit is a great devotee. He is never bewildered about Dharma. So he will answer. This we will hear next. Evam dharme bravadati evam dharme bravadati evam dharme bravadati sa samrat dvichasattamaha sa samrat dvichasattamaha sa samrat dvichasattamaha samahitena manasa samahitena manasa samahitena manasa vikeda paryachasta tam vikeda paryachasta tam vikeda paryachasta tam. Sutta Goswami said, O best among the Brahmanas, the Emperor Parikshit, thus hearing the personality of religion speak, was fully satisfied, and without mistake or regret, he gave his reply. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur translates, King Parikshit was free from illusion by putting his mind in meditation. By meditating on Krishna, immediately he was free from all illusion. He understood everything. He said, you must be Dharma yourself, actually. Maharaj Parikshit. Rajovacha. Actually purport by Srila Prabhupada, we will see it. The statement of the bull, the personality of religion, was full of philosophy and knowledge, and the king was satisfied, since he could understand that the suffering bull was not an ordinary one. Unless one is perfectly conversant with the law of the Supreme Lord, one cannot speak such things touching philosophical truths. The emperor, being also an equal level of wisdom, reply to the point without doubts or mistakes. He was very happy. Oh, I have met here very intelligent devotee. Can speak some Harikatha here. So Maharaj Parikshit became happy. That is. Rachovacha Dhamam Bravishi Dharmakya Dharmam Bravishi Dharmakya Dharmam Bravishi Dharmakya nicht Knya, Gya Dharmo Asi Brissa Rupa Drik Dharmo Si Brissa Rupa Drik Dharmo Si Brissa Rupa Drik Yat Adharma Grita Sthanam Yat Adharma Grita Sthanam Yat Adharma Grita Sthanam Suchakasya Api Tat Bhavet Suchakasya Api Tat Bhavet Suchakasya Api Tat Bhavet. The king said, O you who are in the form of a bull, you know the truth of religion and you are speaking according to the principle that the destination intended for the perpetrator of irreligious acts is also intended for one who identifies the perpetrator. You are no other than the personality of religion. Oh, that's a heavy statement. He's saying someone who identifies the criminal person, he will get the same destination. If that is correct. Let us see. Yes. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur translates the same. The person who points out a sinner attains the same place as the sinner. How to understand that? Actually, we have to understand this is like if you meditate on bad things. Some people, they like to point out bad things in others. They're kind of meditating on the bad qualities of others. Srila Gurudev has explained that. He said, if you are meditating about the bad qualities of others, then in a subtle way, you're building a bridge to that bad qualities, and they're also coming to you. Like that. And then actually you will also become a bad person by meditating on bad activities of others. Therefore, one should not go around and say, this is bad, this is bad, and this is bad, and this is bad. Because in that way we will become implicated. Some people start fault finding and seeing bad things. And some people, they have a habit like that, to look always at bad things, which is not good, because this way we are associating with the bad things. Yeah. Was steht da? No, das ist falsche Übersetzung. Das ist, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur sagt es ganz klar. He who points out the sinner attains the same place as the sinner. This is the meaning here. And I understand Prabhupada's translation the same way. Prabhupada is saying that the destination intended for the perpetrator of irreligious acts is also intended for one who identifies the perpetrator. Yeah, he who identifies the perpetrator, he will get the same destination as the perpetrator. But it's something else, because it's their job, to do that. This is not like the habit to look at bad things. But for devotees, they, like, for example, a materialistic person, he will not see, oh, this is my fault. He will see, this is his fault, this his fault, his fault. Always looking who is doing something bad to him. But the devotee does not have this mentality. Therefore, devotee, he cannot see. Even if some person is really doing something wrong, let's saying he is doing some bad activities, the devotee, he will not tell everyone about, look, he is doing this, he's doing this, he's doing this. Because he does not like to be concerned with these things. He will avoid the association of that person, but he will not speak about it. Srila Vaman Maharaj has given one principle for devotees. Like, devotees should see everything, and he should hear everything, but he should not speak. he should be quiet. That does not mean that, for example, if you have to protect your disciple or your child or something, that you should not speak out something. Or if you see someone is killing someone, then actually according to the law, you're punishable if you hide that, if you don't speak. This is not meant by these things like that. But what I was explaining, this principle is meant by that.
I want something to say, but I don't know if I can. If I see someone more stronger beat someone more weak, and I feel the angry, and I start to beat this who
Yes.
more wicked. So now I'm like this. I start to beat someone. Yes, but for proper thing, I protect.
Yeah.
This,
If you're strong, it is your duty to protect the weak. If you can do, you should do.
this is not sinful activity.
No, of course not. And that is proper.
But if the father beats his son, you go and beat the father.
That is something else. No? And you should not interfere with that. Anyhow, you can meditate on this principle. This is not like black and white thing. All situations are different, and sometimes may be justified, but he's also making one point here. Like there's this one story. In one village, there lived, on one side lived one prostitute, on the other side there lived one sadhu. This prostitute, one sadhu, he was like a renounced person. He was not married. So a prostitute always spoke very nicely about the sadhu. He said, oh, I'm so wretched. I'm doing such a bad profession. This sadhu, he is such a great person, always doing bhajan, meditating on the Supreme Lord. Oh, and I'm so sinful and fallen. So in this way, she always glorified the sadhu. And the sadhu, on the other hand, he was always criticizing prostitute. As in, whoever came, have you gone this way? Have you seen this one? Or then see, and this one was with her, and this one was with her. She's contaminating whole village, She's such a bad person. She's doing so many bad things. This way, meditating on her, like that. So when the time came to die, when the prostitute died, then Vishnu Dutas came. She said, what? Why are you coming to me? You should go to the sadhu. He is on that side. I'm a very wretched person. She said, no. The Vishnu Dutas said, nay. You always meditated on the glorious activities of the devotees. Therefore, your heart has become completely pure. You are ready, fit to go to Vaikuntha. We bring you there. And when the sadhu died, then Yamadutas came. Then he said, why are you coming to me? You should go to the other side of the village. There's a proper person for you, not me. And they said, no, we are very on the right place. always meditating on sinful and bad activities, and then you have become completely sinful and contaminated. So that's why we are taking you. You have to be punished by Yamaraj. So this is like one example for this principle which Maharaj Parikshit is speaking here.
About the personal experience, I did not experience but
Okay, so we'll stop here for today and we continue tomorrow morning. Kantarat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Go Premanande Hari 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 Bol. Vanchakalpatarubhyasam Kipasanapai. Alles glatt, falsche Besetzung da, im deutschen Buch. Sopremanandi Hariho. Shri Guru Granth Hari Kati Hari Hari Noti Hari Ki Jai. Yera Bhavishnu Vishnu Pada Sura Tata Shri Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Swami Ki Jai. Yera Bhavishnu Vishnu Pada Sura Tata Shri Bhakti Vedanta Sri Swami Ki Jai. Yera Bhavishnu Vishnu Pada Sura Tata Shri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Yera Bhavishnu Vishnu Pada Srimad Bhakti Prajan Sita Swami Maharaj Ki Jai. Yera Bhavishnu Vishnu Pada Sura Tata Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Paramahamsa Sri Gora Krishna Das Baba Sri Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Rasa Chitananda Bhakti Notako Ki Jai. Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Sri Jagannath Das Baba Sri Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Gauriya Bhajanta Charya Sri Galadeva Vijayabhushan Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Radhavatam Sri Nivasa Madana Prabhupada Ki Jai. Krishna Das Kaviraj Swami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Sri Jiva Kupala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Chatta Swami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Swarup Damodara Ramananda Sri Gorakasara Vinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Sri Aristaka Ki Jai. Prem Sukha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadata Sivasari Gora Bhakta Vinda Ki Jai. Sri Shinavritam Ki Jai. Sri Shivara Krishna Gopa Gopi Govardhan Varanmaka Sri Rajmala Ki Jai. Sri Makunda Varakunda Yamuna Ganga Tulasi Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Sri Lalita Vishaka Tisaki Vinda Ki Jai. Sri Jagannath Paladeva Subharani Sudasan Sakra Ki Jai. Sri Singha Bhagavani Ki Jai. Bhakta Palasi Saratma Raj Ki Jai. Shao Sambhadai Ki Jai. Pranamat Vachitana Vat Ki Jai. Vainam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Gandha Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Nadakoti Vaishnavina Ki Jai. Samagara Bhakta Vinda Ki Jai. Bhakti